Greetings. Let us have a little look at what this book contains. Apparently my fingers are a little bit dry, but... So, this is the Reconquest Fantasy Role-Playing Game Advanced Rules. Sorry about the chocolate here, my daughter spilled some chocolate, but... Here you have the basics, and I talk much about time here, because time becomes more relevant in the advanced rules. And here you have some examples of downtime activity and how much time you need to spend on each activity. There's a little bit about the 1-to-1 time, something that is used in the advanced Dungeons & Dragons first edition rules. A little bit about how metagaming is handled, a little bit about power gaming, and then the advanced core mechanics where a few conditions have been added. Confused, intoxicated and weakened. Intoxication is of course about alcohol intake and how that influences your character if he's drunk or something. I put all the conditions in one place here, so that it becomes easy to look up. Or the others are from the basic rules, of course. Advanced character abilities. Here is a piece about forced aging, and how different things will age your character. If you lose hit points from fatigue, you age 1 week. If you spend a week in captivity, you age 1 week, and so forth. And if you're traumatized, you age 1 year. A lot. Some new special abilities, how you make traps, how elves don't sleep, how rangers have more healing abilities now, how rangers can guide you through impassable terrain, how rangers are limited to how much they can own, because they have to be able to carry it in their pack. A little bit about advanced cloak and dagger, poisoning characters, how to make poison, accelerated healing in case you want to perform healing faster. This is something that I had in Mythology, by the way. Advanced character races. Elves are now divided into 3 types: High Elf, Wood Elf and Grey Elf. Because of that I have included all the info about that here. Hair and eye color can now be determined by a die when you make your first character. And birthdays have been added. Yeah, the calendar, how you calculate that, or how you determine that, I don't know. Advanced bards, many new limitations for the bard, as well as for the sorcerer. Now they also have to wear clothes in sacred colors, and they have to pick or collect their wands from sacred trees of a certain type. Also, the symbolism of the bards can be found here. Yes, and I added also the info about the unsympathetic deities. Limitations for advanced demo-human casters, how that is handled. And one of the main new features in this game, alignment. This is known from an early edition of Mythology, but it is a lot more integrated into the system and setting in this book. The different alignments available for the different races, and how the alignments for the demo-humans also determine their eye color. For example, Aphroditic, an elf being Aphroditic is called a high elf, and they have blue eyes. If the elf is Dionysian, it's a wood elf, and they have sharp, truly green eyes. If they are Poseidonic, it's a grey elf and has grey eyes. And for halfling. For humans, the alignment doesn't determine your eye color at all. Chemistry, how different characters get along and how their alignments influence that. Because alignment is basically telling you what deity you are an incarnation of. And we have opposite alignments and compatible alignments. So, character alignment and alignments and character roles. If you're a bard, you have to have a certain alignment. Alignment and children, how reincarnation and alignment is linked. When if you are reincarnated as one of your forebears, you also, of course, have the same alignment as the character you were reincarnated as. There's some Thulan animal names. A little bit about classical reincarnation. And also old world backgrounds have been added and have some limitations to characters when they are created, because if you are from certain old world backgrounds, you cannot become a sorcerer and so forth. The backgrounds, the Teutoni, Elenes, Arverni and Rodini. Sounds Slavic, doesn't it? Because it is. Palatini, Suomala and Tamari. So, and here you have different background adjustments for certain skills and such. Morale, depending on what background you have. And this is for humans only, of course. The dwarves, the elves and the halflings already have special abilities based on their demi-human background. Blessings, another new feature in this game, and a main feature. Basically talents, or if you like, feats, if you're more familiar with that term. And unlike in Mythorog, where there were talents, the blessings are described in detail, and there are also some new ones, and some have been changed to fit this setting. Let me see if we can look at even more, and blah blah blah. Here you have martial blessings, and they're different from the normal blessings in the fact that warriors get more martial blessings than the others. A new blessing, how this influences your attack rate, available weapon categories for specialization, available weapon types for mastery and so on. And this is interesting, I think. A character can know his innate blessings and flaws from birth because the midwives in Thule study the placenta, the twin of each child born, to predict its future. This is how the fairies could predict a child's future. How you gain blessings depending on your character role. And yes, so let me turn the page. Flaws, and again they have been included and detailed a little bit, and adjusted also a little bit to fit the setting. And also how we can remove flaws, because you can remove flaws, except those that are innate and or acquired from old age. Advanced equipment, quality now enters the game. Ornamentations, and also advanced magic. Here you have the moon phases and how they influence the effect of healing spells. And then we arrive at Hamingia, one of the main features of the advanced rules.